What's up, space pirates? This is your captain, the Dread Pirate Dr. Disaster, and Ubisoft is so desperate for acceptance of Assassin's Creed Shadows that they have used a Japanese so-called expert to prove that everything is going swell, and that actually Japanese folks love Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Trust me.
No thanks, bro.
Well, they've run into a bit of a snag with this situation because it didn't take long for Japanese folks to uncover the fact that this very unbiased and impartial expert is actually a consultant that does freelance work for Sweet Baby Inc., Polygon, and IGN.
Holy shit!
This person was quoted in that recent New York Times article in defense of Assassin's Creed Shadows, and he was used as proof that actually the Japanese people completely love how this game portrays their culture and how Yasuke is being portrayed. But what it really shows is how closely this game and this company are tied to Sweet Baby Inc., and how desperate Ubisoft is to stem the bleeding from their plummeting stock prices. Unfortunately for them, they underestimate the tenacity of gamers who keep popping up out of nowhere to expose their empire of lies.
Jesus Christ!
Alright, me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There have been plenty of subscribers lately, as we just hit another subscriber milestone, which begs the following question.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
Yo!
There are now 64,000 space pirate a-holes running amok in our Buccaneer crew, and as is customary on this channel, with every 1,000 subscribers, I add a new ship to the fleet for the newcomers to hang out in. This time, one of you picked out the GTVA Colossus from the Free Space video games, which you can see hanging out down here. If any of you have any new suggestions for ships to add, drop them in the comment section below, and I will put them on my long list. Super chats get bumped to the top of the list, but in any case, thanks to every one of you for being here.
I knew it, I'm surrounded by assholes.
Alrighty then, it's time to discuss this thing that's going on with Assassin's Creed Shadows. Ubisoft seems desperate as hell. This stock price freefall that they have been in for the past few months or so has probably been very difficult to handle for the leaders of this company, especially considering the fact that these days investors have openly been calling for them to lose their jobs, which they should. In fairness, the stock did see a slight uptick yesterday, but they have still lost right around 44% of their value in the past few months, and they are not in a very good place. Right now, the most important thing for Ubisoft is doing whatever they can to convince people to buy Assassin's Creed Shadows. This is the game that everything is banking on. That's why they went out of their way to have this article here printed up by their buddies in the corporate media. Journalists are, of course, simply the mouthpieces of big business nowadays. They were originally meant to protect the people from abuses by governments and big businesses, but that has now been inverted. They have been corrupted to the point that they protect the likes of Ubisoft from the people, which is the only reason that they would try to pass off this person here as an unbiased expert. This Twitter user here tweeted this. When we run it through the Google Translator, it says, "I was informed by everyone about the case of Hashimoto Kazuma, who wrote in the New York Times that Assassin's Creed Shadows was well received in Japan and that the criticism in Japanese was translated from English. Now, what he's talking about here is that in this article, this dingleberry sweet baby freelancer is claiming that all the criticism of this game on platforms like the comment section on YouTube and Twitter, those people that are writing in Japanese, they were originally written in English, is what he's claiming, and that people from the United States are basically just pretending to be Japanese. Basically, he's trying to undercut the entire movement against this game. But then, the tweet goes on to say here that this guy is a Sweet Baby Inc. freelance employee. He's a former Ubisoft and Square Enix consultant and freelancer who writes for Polygon and IGN, and then down below he provides an image which shows us that this is in fact the case. In other words, this jackass is about as far removed from unbiased as you can possibly get. Just look at this image that was taken from this doofus's Twitter account before he locked it like a coward. It says, "Hi, I wrote about Animal Crossing New Horizons and why acknowledging Japan's history of colonial rule is important to the discussion. Obviously, it doesn't cover everything, but feel free to read." And that should tell you everything you want to know about the sort of writer this person is. In any event, Ubisoft is clearly desperate to try to paint gamers as a minuscule vocal minority, but if that was the case, then wouldn't Star Wars Outlaws have done much better? Wouldn't Skull and Bones have sold well? It turns out people are sick and tired of these dog shit companies, and that by and large, gamers are rising up against them. The Japanese people who are annoyed at this game for how it portrays their history, they are no different. But image is everything in a culture war, and the tolerant, high and mighty, holier than thou progressives will do anything to appear like angels and to make us seem like snakes. But now that they're caught, this changes everything. I think it's fair to also start wondering about how close the relationship is between Ubisoft and Sweet Baby Inc., particularly when it comes to Assassin's Creed Shadows. I mean, just look at this old photo of the Assassin's Creed Shadows team. If you zoom in here, you can see Kim Belair, the CEO of Sweet Baby, hanging out with them. The whole industry seems like an incestuous web of rats who scurry into the dark once any light is shown on them. But I would also like to remind everyone that if you visit the Sweet Baby Inc. page, even now, Ubisoft is prominently displayed on their site as a client. Now, I grant you that there has been no direct evidence that Sweet Baby consulted on this game. Sweet Baby is only known to have done work on the crew. However, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we found out that Sweet Baby did work as a narrative consultant on Assassin's Creed Shadows. In fact, at this stage, I go so far as to say that it's likely. And if word gets out that Sweet Baby does have a direct tie with this game, then the likelihood of the game completely flopping becomes much more certain. At the moment, I'd guess that there's something like a 50-50 chance that this game flops. I could see it going either way, because Assassin's Creed is, admittedly, a very prominent and beloved franchise, but if someone finds evidence that Sweet Baby Inc. worked on this thing, then everything changes. Gamers will be galvanized, and Assassin's Creed Shadows will be on every headline of every content creator's work for the next few weeks, and not in a good way. But I will leave it there. What do you think about the chances of Assassin's Creed Shadows when it releases in a couple of months here? Drop your thoughts and your mockery of Ubisoft in the comment section below, and we will talk there.
Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.